G'day, Zane here from Thermo Solar. Recently we've been working with a number of homeowners that have been getting some quite high power bills even though they have solar PV installed. So there's quite a sort of big misperception, if you like, in New Zealand that if you put solar PV on your roof, instantly your power bill drops and you're saving money and there's your return on your investment, etc, etc. So unfortunately this isn't true. You do have to do a bit more than just putting that on your home and shifting and hoping for the best, really. So we've been working with a number of clients where what we're doing is we're reducing their demand in their house, and not only reducing it, but we're shifting the demand that they do have to have the majority of that demand happening during the day. The likes of dishwashers heat their own water, so putting dishwashers on during the day helps. Front load washing machines heat their own water, putting those on during the day as well, that shifts those loads. But the biggest thing that we've found is with our solar hot water product. So we supply a solar hot water product that can be timed to run at certain times of the day, and even if it's raining outside or covered in snow, the product will still work. So with shifting those loads to during the day, we're going from 3,000 watts on a heater element, which would be pulling from the grid at, say, 90 cents an hour, being 3 kilowatts on roughly 29 cent kilowatt hour. And then putting that on during the day using our system, we pull it down to 450 watts. So you go from 3,000 watts to 450 watts. So even if you did happen to be putting it on at night and pulling from the grid, it's only costing you 15 cents an hour to run, instead of 90 cents an hour on a heater element. Or during the day, putting that load on, your hot water cylinder load on during the day, you end up, if your solar PV system isn't generating 3 kilowatts, you're not doing the full amount of power required for that hot water cylinder. So by shifting the load and lowering it, what you do is you actually allow the other products in the house to, I guess, use more of that free energy that you're creating. So I've been given a bit of stick and had some pretty nasty comments sent my way from other business owners that own solar PV. I want to make it pretty clear, I am not against solar PV. I'm very much for it, but you can't just put it on your roof and hope for the best. You do need to load shift, and there's a lot of people out there that companies have just put it on and walked away, and once they've got the money for the payment for the system, they've disappeared, if you like. Or not so much disappeared, but they're not sort of there to back up with the support, and no one's really been given instructions on how to best utilize the energy that they're producing. So a lot of customers that I've worked with have seen some great results with, I think our biggest was $230 down to $49 a month, and that was by putting in our system and shifting a couple of loads, freezer on to run during the day rather than cycling off and on a thermostat and things like that. That is relatively cheap to do on the grand scheme of things, and has quite sort of a quick payback period. So if you're a homeowner that's having huge, or not so much huge, but still getting decent sized power bills of up around the 200 mark, and you've got solar PV installed, please contact me. I like working with people that we can definitely make a difference on that, and you're sort of halfway there invested in getting that solar PV, so why not sort of go the whole hog and make sure that we can get it down as low as you can, because that was the idea and the point of putting in a renewable energy product to start with.